what nobody realizes, that's a pretty big claim to make. I just mean what seems to be very overlooked on the subject. I consider myself pretty plugged into celebrity culture, or exposed is maybe a better word. Not because I'm a fan of it particularly, I'm not, but rather simply because of the way it's just so out there on everything, like, you know, on TV, on signage, in stores. It's just a kind of awareness, no different than knowing who your local sports teams are. So with that, I will say this feels like a bit of a dated discussion, because other than maybe one or two celebrities, it doesn't seem like big names are actually sporting metal shirts as much lately. However, what prompted me to bring this up is because I saw the Garza dude talking about it recently, and though I don't think I've ever heard any of his band's music, he seems like a very nice person, and his podcasts are always really fun to watch. So there were two things that came to mind. The first was what I just mentioned, that lately I haven't noticed it happening as much, and the second was the big realization I had that I'll tell you about in a minute. And I think it might give some explanation as to just why the hell some high-profile figures try or attempt, because that's definitely how it appears to us, to associate with a culture that they don't look like they actually know a goddamn thing about. Here's a few quick examples you might have already seen. Probably the one that caused the most shit recently, Khloe or Kourtney Kardashian, whichever that one is, Cannibal Corpse. Kanye West, Burzum. Kanye West, Cradle of Filth. Some chick whose name I don't know, and Slayer, Doogie Howser, wearing OZZY, Megan Fox, Motley, Bieber, Maiden, and I know for a fact that's a shirt you could get at PacSun at one point, because I have it. Because I don't care where something comes from, if it's a band I like, I'll fucking wear it. I think this chick was from Playboy, like some sort of Playboy reality show or something, but Maiden. I forget this dude's name, but I know he had a bunch of hits. Killer's album cover. Actually, I think he's in 3-6 Mafia. Mary-Kate Olsen, Metallica. Hilary Duff, Maiden. Miley Cyrus, Maiden. Kim Kardashian, Metallica. I think this is one of Will Smith's kids in an Anthrax shirt. Alright, to give him the benefit of the doubt for a second, I really in my heart believe that you could take just about anyone from any walk of life, an accountant, a mail clerk, a senator, a weather reporter, a goddamn cobbler, and you hit him with a few songs I'm gonna mention in a second, and though metal might not be their bag, so to speak, I honestly believe there'd be a part of them that's gotta enjoy the song, and they'd probably enjoy them for the same exact reasons as us, which are why the bands are famous. Titles such as Hammer Smashed Face, Stripped, you know the rest of that one, Pulverized, Skull Full of Maggots, A Gothic Romance, Cruelty Brought the Orchids, Battery, Seek and Destroy, Raining Blood, Angel of Death, Caught in a Mosh, Madhouse, Wasted Years, many more. All those hit songs are what propelled the bands to be either the biggest name in their subgenre, or maybe just secondary to the top spot, meaning if Metallica's #1 for the US Big Four, Slayer and Anthrax are right underneath them, you know what I'm saying. They probably don't though. And so that's exactly the point I'm making here. It's that I don't think it should come off as much of a surprise that these people are repping these bands, because they're already massive anyway, and they're massive because of those hit songs. So now, with that in mind, that implies only that Bieber or Will Smith's kid or the Kardashian chick know at least those tracks, and they like them enough to want to wear the shirts. Same reason as any of us. Is that true? Probably not. Yeah, for them, it's pretty likely just some kind of fashion thing, but I'm just saying, the fact that the shirts are Cannibal Corpse, the biggest death metal band of all time, or Slayer, one of the biggest thrash bands of all time, or Cradle or Burzum, two hugely well-known black metal bands, it ain't like they needed to go searching real deep to find them. You figure if something shitty happened to one of them, Courtney's assistant fucked up her Starbucks order, somebody hacked Bieber's computer and leaked embarrassing text messages or something, and they end up in a shit mood and want to hear something real aggressive to feel better, all anybody's got to do is go on Apple Music and type metal, and there you go. Hammer pops up, which leads to Raining Blood, which leads to Madhouse, which leads to Cradle, etc. And they hear them and they think, shit, these songs are awesome. And then the next thing you know, Courtney decides she's gonna buy a Cannibal shirt. Granted, probably some kind of expensive vintage one, but regardless. And therein lies a reasonable possibility that the fandom's organic. Or it's not. It could be that they just had some kind of stylist buy it for them who's just as clueless as they are on the subject. Another reason their pride in being a metalhead might not be real at least by our wizard standards. It's because when was the last time you saw anybody famous wearing anything even remotely underground? Like, name anybody local or small that you know, you know? In my world, where's SAPROGENOUS, Withering Soul, Blood of the Wolf? You get what I'm saying. And to add, it's not like any of those stars are gonna face the same sort of scrutiny that we all give to each other over who we're repping for, like, you know, in their social circles. I got a feeling words like poser, which to be honest, I still can't believe exists in 24. But yeah, stuff like that kind of thing ain't going on. But whatever the case, and for the record, please let it be known that I ain't for a second trying to defend no celebrities, because fuck that, I know who my people are, and while I certainly ain't got nothing personal against any stars, I also ain't got nothing in common with them either. And frankly, some of the shit you hear, I don't think I want to. All I'm saying is that if some of these people genuinely like the music, I'm not surprised, because a good song's a good song. Like, we're all human, and all the most commonly spotted metal shirts on stars are from huge bands anyway. But I enjoy the dialogue that stems from stuff like this, and the chatter surrounding the controversy, and the slugfest, and shit talk in heavy metal, because I've said this before, regardless of your stance, it's a sign of life, you know? I feel kind of bad saying the stuff I just did about celebs being assholes, because like, yeah, maybe that ain't entirely fair. So restated, I don't know them personally, and the tabloids are hard to trust these days, but I think the point of saying that and this is that I'm not capable of taking a side on this one way or the other, because I enjoy watching the shitfest too much. So I don't condemn or advocate for change either way. I just love being a spectator. Wouldn't it be kind of funny though if you find yourself in some situation where you're sitting down with Bieber and you get a chance to grill him and you're like, huh, so you like metal, eh? And all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I mean, obviously the Dickinson era is the biggest, and Paul's, but X Factor was really good too. I think Blaze's best work was in Wolfsbane, though. Personally, as soon as I heard him say Wolfsbane, my jaw had probably hit the floor, but even then, though, it couldn't be too shocking, because, I mean, it's not like they were some super unknown band or anything. Like, they had videos on MTV and stuff. Maybe Mary Kate would be the most surprising to find out she knows her shit. She probably doesn't, but imagine hearing her talk about Agent Steel or something. Alright, so yeah, there you go. I think most celebs wearing metal shirts are probably full of shit, at least trying to front as fans. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they at least know the hits, because they're hits for a reason, and I'm including bands like CANNIBAL who never get played on the radio, because any exposure whatsoever to some of their most well-known songs are probably enough to stay in people's heads, and CRADLE too, whatever. But okay, my friends, please weigh in if you like, because why not? And if you did like this video, cool, maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then pulverize or hammer smash that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew, but until then, see ya, maniacs.